Today, I am going to cover the principle that gave me the biggest weight loss breakthrough that I've ever had, and I use it with every single client going forward now in my coaching business. Now, this is not only going to make weight loss easier for you, it's going to make weight loss more fun and enjoyable. And even beyond that, okay, believe it or not, this principle is actually going to change the way you show up in your marriage, with your children, with your career. It's going to help you in every single aspect. That is how crazy what I'm about to teach you is if you listen to this. Okay, so let's dive right in and get to know what this is. So, this is a principle that I've created, and it's based off of the gap versus gain theory, which I don't remember who created it, but basically, my theory is called the trials versus triumphs. Okay, and if we look at our weight loss journey as a line, okay, so we have a straight line just like this, okay? And you are in the middle right now. If you are where you are currently, you are in that middle, right? So let's say if you're 200 pounds, that's where you are sitting right now. And if you look to the left of the line, that's going to be everything that you've tried before, okay? So this is your past. And if you look to the right of the line, this is your future, okay? And the very, very end of the line on the right is your goal. This is your end goal where you want to end up, okay? That dream goal. Now, the way most women tackle their weight loss journey is they are sitting right in the middle of this line where we currently are right now, and they look back at their past and they say, okay, oh my gosh, I tried so much, right? Here's keto, and here's fasting, and here's counting calories, and here's starving myself, and here having a gym membership, and oh my God, I tried all of this stuff, but I'm still here. I put in all of this effort. I wasted all of this time. I spent all of this money, but I'm still here, which is not where I want to be. And so they have this almost resentment. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. You have this feeling of resentment for your journey and for your past weight loss. Whether you've always struggled with your weight loss, whether you've been up and down with your weight, whether you've lost weight before but you gained it back, there's some type of resentment that you had to go through your journey. And waste time, waste this, do this. And so we are unhappy, not only just because we are overweight, right? I remember before I lost my 80 pounds, I felt gross, I felt disgusting, I felt heavy, I felt tired, I felt not confident, like I was always hunched over trying to hide my body. So not only did I just feel uncomfortable with where I was also mad with where I came from. I was also resentful of everything that I went through to still having been end up here. Still ending up here. I'm still mad about it, right? And so we have this resentment, okay? Resentment for our past. And then we take that resentment and we're going to place it on the right side of that line for our future. So not only have we done all of this to only end up here or end up back here, we now still have to do, let's say you want to be 150 pounds and you're starting 200 pounds. Well, now you have to lose your first 5 pounds. And then you still have more weight to go. And at 20 pounds, then you still have more weight to go. And even if you lose 30 pounds, you still have 20 more pounds to go. And so we end up resenting the past here. And then we end up resenting what the future is going to have to look like in order to end up here. And so instead of this just being like a game of like, what goal can I reach next? It now becomes you standing at the bottom of a mountain, your goal at the top of the mountain, thinking, oh my God, how could I ever possibly get there? Oh my God, is it even possible? Oh my goodness, do I have what it takes? Or, God, I really don't want to climb that mountain. It looks so far. It looks so hard. What's the point? I'm going to trip and fall halfway up the mountain and end up back at the bottom anyway. So this weed theme of being resentful and feeling like you wasted your time, it is now present when you look at your past, and it is present when you look at the future and what needs to get done. And you've basically, and I've seen this time and time again in every woman that I coach, you've now created a deficit. So there is always going to be this huge gap between where you are and where you want to go. And if there's always this gap, if every time you get a goal and it seems so far away, you will never close that gap because it seems too far to even try. You get discouraged before you even start. And that is why I see so many women losing motivation. They struggle to be disciplined. They struggle to be consistent. And then they ask themselves, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. You have discipline. You have motivation. You have consistency. I promise you do. It's just the way that we set our mind up over the years because of this little diagram I've created. We've now built this huge gap that any logical, rational person would never want to tackle because it seems impossible based on what we've done and how we're looking at it now. And so we've created this huge deficit that is counterproductive to us actually being successful. Okay. It's kind of like, if you're going on a road trip and your gas tank is only half full, and then the entire road trip, you're obsessed about running out of gas. You're obsessed and you stop at every gas station along the way and fill up with $2 of gas just to make sure. When, there's somebody who was in the same car with the same amount of gas and they're just cruising along enjoying it and they'll deal with the gas when they run out. And you're so hyper focused around a problem in the future that's not even there yet that you can't even enjoy your road trip. You can't even enjoy your weight loss journey. And can we just be real for a second? How long do you think you can actually be on a health journey if you don't enjoy it? Like, can we be honest? If you're not enjoying your journey of health, of weight loss, which by the way is a forever journey. Like, we're supposed to be healthy from now until the day that we die. So it's something you never get to stop doing. And if you never stop doing it and you hate every second of it, it will be an uphill battle and it will be like trying to climb that damn mountain. And then you're going to trip. And when you trip, it's not like you're tripping on a flat surface and you can catch yourself. You're tripping and then you're falling off of a freaking mountain. Do you see? It's not you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not missing anything. It is simply how we've been looking and perceiving our journey. Okay? And it's by being resentful. So we have to turn that resentment into what I call rejoicing. Okay? We need to go from resentful to rejoicing. So basically, we have been living in our trials. We've been living in the gap. It is time to live in our triumphs. It is time to start rejoicing. And this is fun because this requires almost no energy, literally like no energy. Okay? What it does require is just you remembering that you need to do this. Like, can you do that? Can you just remind yourself? Even put alarms on your phone to remind yourself to do this. And basically, from now until you die, because we've decided that health is forever, we don't get to stop. How are you going to rejoice over every single thing that happens to you? Because let's say, this little dot on your line, on your weight loss journey was keto. And let's say this was fasting, right? Instead of saying, oh God, keto was a waste, I hated it, I couldn't follow it, we rejoice and we say, actually, keto, maybe I wasn't successful at it. Maybe I hate the idea of it, but keto helped me realize how little protein I was getting. Oh, rejoice, found a little win, found a little triumph. Check. Fasting really sucked because I was hungry and it screwed up my hormones, but it made me realize that I really like to go to bed hungry. And now I actually have better sleep. Right? So it's like everything that has happened to you must have a good reason, must be a cause for rejoicing and celebration. Because if it is not, how long will you keep going? Of course, you have no motivation. If you are not seeing results, why on earth would you want to keep putting in effort? It literally doesn't make sense. Why am I studying for this test if I don't get an A? I'm studying to get an A. If I don't see that A, I'm not going to study for the next test because it was pointless and it didn't work. Same idea with your weight loss journey. Okay, it has nothing to do with you needing more motivation. You need to see more results and you will stay motivated. But sometimes, not sometimes, it's impossible for the scale to go down every day, right? Like it's impossible unless you cut off a finger every day and you're losing weight by cutting off body parts, right? But it's impossible for the scale to go down every day. So in between scale wins, it is your job to celebrate and find wins, to rejoice over silly things or what you think are silly but actually aren't. I don't think there's such thing as too small of a win. I really don't. Like, I cut my nails today. Woo, self-care. I plucked my unibrow today. Woo, self-care. Like, rejoice, celebrate, make it a big deal because that is how you stay motivated, okay? And that is how you close the gap. This big gap between where you are and where you want to go, you close it by finding wins. Proving to yourself that you're seeing progress. Proving that you are continuing to move forward and grow. Proving that you are continuing to put your health first. Instead of saying, screw it, I'll just wait until next Monday, like we always say. So by proving to yourself with the smallest of wins, even if you can't muster up a big win, right? Like I meal prep this week, that's a big win. What if we can't have that? Okay, what if I did one squat while I was brushing my teeth? right? What if I had broccoli with my pizza? Like you rack up your wins or you create wins, you find wins in your life. That's going to close the gap. So now instead of thinking I have all of this way to go and I'm staring at the top of a mountain, it feels like I'm here. It feels like I'm here. And that gap gets smaller. And when that gap gets smaller, you get encouraged. You say, oh gosh, it's almost there. I want to keep going. Because when you constantly see results and when you can see that your goal isn't so far away, it becomes fun. It becomes a game again instead of a game that you think you're just always going to lose by default. And then you don't even start to play the game. You stop playing, right? So you do that. And then by taking that same approach and applying it to your past, right? I said about keto, it helped me realize I wasn't getting enough protein. Fasting helped me realize that I like to go to bed hungry. When you find wins in your past, that's also going to make you excited because it's proof to you that, oh no, I did learn a lot and I did take away a lot from my past. So now, just by continuing to try moving forward, I'm going to learn even more again. And so, what have we done? We've validated our journey. We have validated all the struggles and all the what we called wastes. We've just proven that it's not true, that you learned a lot, you were better for it, and you're about to fast track going forward, taking all the information you've been through. And so now you are constantly motivated and excited. And this line becomes a journey that you enjoy. And it's not about the destination anymore because you're having so much fun waking up and seeing who can I become today? Who can I act like today? What type of awesomeness am I going to uncover? You can even say, you can even start to play games with yourself and be like, what's the smallest, silliest thing that I could think of to make a win? And then every night before bed, all you have to remember is to recap the wins in your head. And you're going to close that gap and you're going to live in the game. You're going to stop focusing on all the trials that you've been through and all the trials that you're going to have to approach to hit your goal. And you just focus on triumph. And every single day has wins. Every single day has progress. Every single day is enjoyable. And you're reminded as to why you are doing this instead of reminded as why this won't work, why you're too old, why your hormones are messed up, why menopause has made it too hard, why your kids are making it impossible, why your husband keeps tempting you, why your body's not responding the same anymore, why diets aren't working, why it's too restricted, why you can't drink foods that you love. Can you see how if you're a negative Nelly, not a bad person, but a negative Nelly in your mind, and you constantly have this cloud over your head pertaining to your weight loss journey, can you see how it's only a matter of time until you fall off, and how every time you repeat this cycle, you're not going to be able to hold on as tight again. You just can't. So let's say you were consistent for a month the first time. The next time you try to lose weight, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, you're going to lose how long you're able to stay consistent because it is exhausting climbing a mountain and never getting anywhere. Get out of your trials, get into your triumphs, shorten that gap, and rejoice. Every single thing you do in your life, turn it into a win. Might be easier said than done, but with a little bit of practice, everything turns into a win. And when you are winning, like think about this, like close your eyes. If I told you everything you did today was a win towards your weight loss journey, even if you didn't believe me, what if I said, yes, without a doubt, everything that happened today was a win. And I'll tell you how, I'll tell you why. And then we twist it so it sounds positive and like we learned something and we got something right. If we did that every single day, don't you think you'd be a little bit more happy, a little bit more proud, a little less anxious, a little less nervous, a little less discouraged, a little less disappointed, a little more excited to jump out of bed and eat the healthy food and get the workout in, or maybe not even have excitement but don't have the discouragement to not do it, and we're not dragging our feet anymore? Like, this is how you get rid of dragging your feet. If you're somebody that can't get yourself to work out, it's how you stop dragging your feet. Because you're on this line no matter what. And you are where you are right now no matter what. That doesn't change tomorrow. And so you might as well change how you are viewing it in order to speed up your process more. This isn't some frou-frou manifesting mindset hack that sounds good in theory. This is something that I've tested with myself time and time again. I have never been more content, more excited, more happy with my entire life than I am right now. And it is not because I've reached all my goals, because let me tell you, There are more goals I haven't reached than I have reached because I have high standards for myself, as I'm sure you do. We're our biggest critics, right? But I am the most happiest I've ever been because I have found the wins in my everyday life that show me I am doing this and that it is working and that I should continue to do this. And so I urge you to practice this, okay? And don't just practice it, become an expert of it. It is not hard to do. Don't waste your time Googling what superfoods are going to target my belly fat. Do not waste your time with that. There's literally not a principle, a theory, a scientific study. There's nothing out there that is going to give you more of a benefit for your weight, your health, your life than this tactic. I guarantee it. It has changed my life. It has changed the lives of the women that I've coached. And if I let you in on one of the things that I've actually learned recently and really taking to heart is, everybody says they want to be happy, but nobody's taught how do you achieve happiness. And then if you achieve it, how do you maintain happiness, right? And the only reason we know what happiness feels like or that we can say, yes, that's happy, is because we know what sadness feels like. And so happiness is the opposite. And by contrasting the two, we know the difference. And so I don't think actually life is about being happy. What I've just come to realize, and I'm really looking forward to exploring this, is that if you want to live a happy life, it's about living an exciting life. Because excitement, you know how to get. Excitement are big peaks in happiness, right? Because we can't be happy forever. That doesn't make sense because then by default, if this is our line, happiness then becomes sadness because there's no differentiations in emotion. Excitement is the key to happiness. How do we have excitement? Well, of course, we go on adventures and we schedule exciting things in our lives. But I think it's just about making silly things exciting again, right? Dance parties with the family on Friday nights. That's exciting, right? Trying out new recipes, going on a new hike, right? Getting a puppy, losing 1 pound is exciting. Like start bringing way more excitement into your life. Way more. And I guarantee you can't help but lose weight. Seriously. It's crazy. And not everything's to look in this area. They're all like, what do I need to eat? How much do I need to exercise? What about my sleep and my hormones, right? And yes, those are so important. And yes, of course, I have tons of videos and tips and tricks on how to eat healthy and speed your metabolism and what workouts are right for you. Of course, that stuff's important. But none of it matters. And none of it will last if you don't get this part right. And above that, you're not going to enjoy your life and your journey, which is why you want to lose weight in the first place, so we can live a better life. But what if we just fix our body, but we don't like our life? What was the point? And so, take anything away from this journey. It is, you need to turn that resentment into rejoicing. You celebrate all your small wins, no more trials. Every day it's all about triumphs. And start to create excitement in your life. Everything will change.